What if the skills that made people successful yesterday become almost useless tomorrow? Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the world has moved ahead, but your abilities have stayed behind. The future doesn't ask where you studied, how old you are, or how many certificates you own. It asks one question: what value can you create today? Every year, technology changes. Jobs change, opportunities change. But people who keep learning never become outdated. Think about it. Some people see change as a threat, while others see it as the biggest opportunity of their lives. Which one will you be? Your future is not being decided by luck. It is being shaped by the skills you choose to build today. The decisions you make after watching this video could completely change where you stand 5 years from now. So don't just watch. Listen with the mindset of someone preparing for a future that rewards growth, courage, and continuous learning. Welcome. You're watching Next Level Motivation. Before we begin, if you're ready to build a stronger future with powerful mindset and life-changing motivation, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video that helps you grow. Now I am going to explain my points. To explain my topics, please watch till end. 1. The world is changing faster than your comfort zone. Have you noticed how quickly life changes now? A skill that was in high demand just a few years ago can suddenly become less valuable. New technology appears almost every month. Jobs evolve. Businesses change the way they work. Even the way we communicate is different from what it was a few years ago. The biggest mistake is believing that tomorrow will look exactly like today. It won't. Many people stay inside their comfort zone because it feels safe. They keep doing the same things, hoping life will reward consistency alone. But the truth is, comfort can quietly become a trap. While you are standing still, the world keeps moving. Think about someone who refused to learn online tools because they believed traditional methods were enough. Today, they may be struggling to keep up. On the other hand, someone who felt nervous but decided to learn one new skill every month is now full of confidence. Ask yourself a simple question: is your comfort protecting your future or preventing it? Growth has never been comfortable. Every meaningful step begins with uncertainty. The future belongs to people who are willing to be beginners again and again. Don't fear change. Learn to move with it, because the world will never slow down, but you can become fast enough to grow with it. 2. Why AI won't replace people who keep learning. These days, almost everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. Some people are excited, others are worried. They wonder, will AI take my job? Will I still matter? But maybe that's the wrong question. The better question is, am I learning faster than the world is changing? AI can process information in seconds. It can write, calculate, and organize data. But it cannot replace a person who keeps growing, thinking creatively, solving real problems, and understanding other human beings. Imagine two people working in the same office. One keeps saying, "I've always done it this way." The other spends just 20 minutes every day learning a new tool, improving communication, or understanding new technology. 1 year later, who do you think has more opportunities? The difference isn't talent, it's the willingness to learn. The future isn't about competing against machines, it's about learning how to work alongside them. Those who stay curious will always find new doors opening. Remember this: your greatest advantage is not what you already know. It's your ability to keep learning, adapting, and improving. Knowledge may become outdated, but a learning mindset never does. 3. Stop collecting certificates. Start building real skills. For many years, people believed that collecting certificates was the key to success. Every new course felt like another step toward a better future. But today's world is asking a different question. Can you actually do the work? A certificate may help you get noticed, but your skills are what earn trust. Think about it. If your phone stops working, would you choose someone because they have 10 certificates or because they know how to fix the problem? Real ability always speaks louder than paper. This doesn't mean education isn't important. It is. But learning should never stop when the course ends. The real learning begins when you practice, make mistakes, and improve through experience. Many people spend months watching tutorials without ever applying what they learn. They know a lot, but they build very little. Instead of asking, which course should I buy next? Ask yourself, what can I create with what I already know? Build something, teach someone, solve a real problem. Practice until your confidence comes from experience, not from a certificate hanging on the wall. The future rewards people who can produce results, not just collect qualifications. 4. The most valuable skill is learning how to learn. Imagine buying the latest phone today. In just a few years, it may feel old. Skills can become outdated in the same way. That's why the most valuable skill isn't coding, marketing, or public speaking. It's learning how to learn. People who know how to learn never become stuck. When something changes, they don't panic. They adapt. Have you ever met someone who says, "I'm too old to learn this," or "technology isn't for me"? Those words don't describe age. They describe a mindset. The people who succeed are not always the smartest. They're often the ones who stay curious. They ask questions without feeling embarrassed. They search for answers. They try again after failing. Learning today doesn't require a classroom, a smartphone, an internet connection, and the desire to improve can teach you almost anything. So don't focus on memorizing information, focus on becoming someone who can quickly understand new ideas and apply them. Every new skill you learn makes the next one easier. That's how confidence grows, not by knowing everything, but by believing you can figure things out. The future will always belong to lifelong learners. 5. Attention is the new currency. Master deep focus. Look around. Notifications never stop. Messages arrive every minute. Social media competes for your attention from the moment you wake up. Without realizing it, many people spend hours reacting instead of creating. Your attention has become one of the most valuable things you own. Think about how often you pick up your phone just to check one message, then suddenly 30 minutes disappear. It happens to almost everyone. The problem isn't technology. The problem is allowing distractions to control your day. Successful people aren't always the busiest. They're often the most focused. Imagine giving one important task your full attention for just 1 hour every day. No scrolling, no notifications, no interruptions. Over weeks and months, that habit can completely transform your skills, your confidence, and your future. Ask yourself honestly, who controls your attention, you or your phone? Deep focus is becoming rare, and rare skills become valuable. Protect your mind the way you protect your money. Every distraction costs something you can never get back: your time. The future will reward people who can think deeply while everyone else is constantly distracted. 6. Emotional intelligence is becoming more valuable than IQ. Imagine two people with the same education and the same technical skills. One loses control whenever something goes wrong. The other stays calm, listens carefully, and finds a solution. Who would you trust? Today's world doesn't only need intelligent people, it needs emotionally strong people. Life is becoming more stressful. Deadlines are tighter. Competition is greater. Online criticism spreads quickly. In this environment, emotional intelligence becomes a superpower. It means understanding your own emotions instead of letting them control you. It means listening before reacting. It means respecting people even when you disagree with them. Think about the leaders you admire. Most aren't remembered because they had the highest IQ. They're remembered because people felt understood, respected, and inspired around them. Here's something worth remembering. People may forget your words, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. As AI handles more technical tasks, human qualities become even more valuable. Kindness, patience, empathy, self-control. These cannot be downloaded or automated. Your future success won't depend only on what you know. It will also depend on how well you understand yourself and connect with others. And that is a skill every single one of us can begin developing today. 7. Communication will always beat competition. Have you ever seen someone with average knowledge get promoted while someone more talented stayed unnoticed? At first, it doesn't seem fair, but when you look closely, you discover one important difference. They knew how to communicate. In today's world, your ideas matter only if people can understand them. You may have the best solution in the room, but if you cannot explain it clearly, someone else's simpler idea may win. This is happening every day in offices, businesses, classrooms, and even online. Think about a job interview. The interviewer doesn't only evaluate your qualifications, they observe how you express yourself, how confidently you answer questions, and whether they can trust you to represent the company. Communication isn't about using difficult words. It's about making people feel connected to your message. Ask yourself, do people remember what I say, or do they leave confused? The good news is that communication is a skill, not a gift. Every conversation, every presentation, every meeting is a chance to improve. As technology continues to connect the world, people who speak with clarity, listen with respect, and express ideas with confidence will never run out of opportunities. Your voice is one of your greatest assets. Learn to use it wisely. 8. Solve problems, don't just complete tasks. Many people go to work every day with one goal: finish the task and go home. They complete what they're told and wait for the next instruction. But the future belongs to a different kind of person. Imagine a team facing a sudden challenge. One employee says, "That's not my responsibility." Another asks, "How can I help solve this?" Which person becomes valuable? Companies don't just pay people to stay busy, they reward those who make life easier for others. Think about your own life. Every problem is actually an opportunity wearing a different face. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this, and how can I improve the situation?" This mindset changes everything. You don't have to know every answer. You simply need the courage to stay curious and look for solutions instead of excuses. People who solve problems become trusted. Trusted people become leaders. The next time you face a challenge, don't complain first. Observe, think, try, learn. Even if your first solution doesn't work, you'll gain experience that no textbook can teach. The world has enough people who point out problems. It desperately needs people who solve them. 9. Creativity is your competitive advantage in the AI era. Today, AI can write articles, create images, analyze data, and even generate music. It's impressive. But here's something interesting. AI can combine information, but only you can give it meaning through your unique experiences. Think about two people using the same AI tool. One creates ordinary work because they simply accept the first result. The other adds personal stories, fresh ideas, and creative thinking. The tool is the same, but the outcome is completely different. That's the power of creativity. Creativity isn't limited to artists. A teacher who explains a difficult lesson in a simple way is creative. A shopkeeper who finds a better way to serve customers is creative. A student who discovers a smarter study method is creative. Creativity begins when you stop asking, "What is everyone else doing?" and start asking, "What can I do differently?" Don't be afraid of original ideas just because they seem unusual at first. Every great innovation once looked strange to someone. In the years ahead, information will become easier to access than ever before. Original thinking will become harder to replace. Your imagination is not a weakness, it is one of the greatest strengths the future will reward. 10. Adaptability, the skill that keeps you relevant. Life rarely follows the plan we create. A company changes its system, a new technology appears, a career takes an unexpected turn. Suddenly, everything feels uncertain. Some people resist every change. They spend their energy wishing life would return to the way it was. Others ask a different question. How do I grow from here? That simple question changes their future. Think about a tree during a storm. The strongest tree isn't always the one with the thickest trunk. Often, it's the one that bends with the wind instead of breaking against it. Adaptability works the same way. Being adaptable doesn't mean giving up your values. It means changing your methods while keeping your purpose alive. Every challenge teaches you something new if you're willing to learn. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be embarrassed to ask questions. Don't let pride stop your progress. The world doesn't reward people who refuse to change. It rewards those who continue moving forward despite uncertainty. When you become adaptable, you stop fearing the future. Instead, you begin to see every change as another chance to become stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were yesterday. 11. Build a personal brand before the world defines you. Whether you realize it or not, people are already forming opinions about you. The question is, are you shaping that image or leaving it to chance? Your personal brand isn't about becoming famous. It's about becoming known for something valuable. When someone hears your name, what comes to their mind? Honesty, reliability, kindness, excellence, or nothing at all. In today's digital world, your reputation travels faster than ever. One thoughtful post, one helpful conversation, or one professional action can open unexpected opportunities. But a personal brand isn't built by pretending to be perfect. It's built by being consistent. If you promise something, keep your word. If you make a mistake, admit it. If you know something useful, share it generously. People remember how you make them feel and whether they can trust you. Your online presence matters, but your real-life character matters even more. Instead of chasing attention, build credibility. Attention comes and goes. Trust stays. The future will reward people whose names become connected with integrity, quality, and genuine value. Start building that reputation today, one small action at a time. 12. Digital discipline in a world full of distractions. Technology is one of the greatest tools ever created. But like any tool, it can build your future or quietly steal it. Every day, millions of people unlock their phones with a purpose and forget that purpose within minutes. One notification leads to another. One short video becomes an hour. By the end of the day, they feel busy, but nothing meaningful has been accomplished. Sound familiar? Digital discipline isn't about deleting every app or avoiding technology. It's about deciding that you will control your screen instead of letting your screen control you. Imagine spending just 30 minutes each day learning a valuable skill instead of endlessly scrolling. In 1 year, that small decision could completely change your confidence, career, and opportunities. Ask yourself honestly, is my phone helping me grow or helping me escape? The answer may surprise you. The people who thrive in the future won't necessarily have the newest devices. They'll have the strongest self-control. Use technology to create, to learn, to connect, and to solve problems. But never allow it to become a prison for your attention. Your future is being shaped by what you repeatedly do with your time. Choose wisely, because every day you are either building your dreams or scrolling past them. 14. Turn curiosity into your daily habit. Do you remember how curious you were as a child? You wanted to know how birds flew, why the sky changed colors, or what was inside every closed box. Somewhere along the way, many people stopped asking questions. They became busy surviving instead of discovering. Curiosity is not childish. It is one of the greatest strengths you can develop. Every successful inventor, scientist, entrepreneur, and creator began with a simple question. What if? Imagine meeting someone from a completely different culture. Instead of judging them, you become curious about their experiences. Suddenly, you learn something new about the world and about yourself. The same happens in your career. The person who keeps asking questions often learns faster than the person who pretends to know everything. Don't worry about looking inexperienced. Worry about staying the same year after year. Read books outside your field. Learn a new language. Explore a new skill. Listen to people with different viewpoints. Curiosity keeps your mind alive. The day you stop learning is the day your growth begins to slow down. Stay interested. Stay open-minded, because every answer that changes your life starts with one brave question. 15. Small daily improvements create extraordinary futures. Many people dream about changing their lives overnight. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect plan, or the perfect moment. But real transformation rarely arrives all at once. Imagine planting a seed today. Tomorrow, nothing seems different. A week later, still very little changes. Does that mean the seed has failed? Of course not. Growth is happening beneath the surface. Your personal growth works the same way. Reading 10 pages a day may not feel impressive. Practicing English for 20 minutes may seem too small. Saving a little money each month may appear insignificant. But repeat those actions for 1 year and your life begins to look completely different. Success is usually hidden inside ordinary habits that most people ignore. Instead of asking, how can I change everything today? Ask, what is one meaningful action I can repeat every day? Small improvements build confidence. Confidence builds consistency. Consistency builds results. Never underestimate the power of tiny decisions. Years from now, people may call you lucky. They won't see the quiet mornings, the daily practice, and the small choices that slowly built the person you've become. Great futures are created one ordinary day at a time. 16. The future rewards people who take action, not those who wait. How many dreams have been delayed by one simple sentence? I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. Before long, opportunities quietly disappear. Waiting feels safe because it protects us from failure, but it also protects us from success. Think about someone who wanted to start a small business but kept waiting for perfect conditions. Meanwhile, another person began with limited money, limited experience, and plenty of fear. They made mistakes, learned from them, improved, and eventually succeeded. The difference wasn't confidence, the difference was action. You don't need every answer before taking the first step. Most answers appear while you're moving, not while you're waiting. Ask yourself honestly, what dream have I postponed because I'm waiting for the perfect moment? That perfect moment may never come. Start with what you have. Use the knowledge you already possess. Learn along the way. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates confidence. Every successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are, uncertain, nervous, and full of questions. The only difference is that they chose movement instead of hesitation. Today can become the day your future finally begins. 17. Your greatest investment is the person you are becoming. People invest money in houses, businesses, and technology because they hope those investments will grow. But there is one investment that gives returns throughout your entire life. Investing in yourself. Every book you read strengthens your thinking. Every skill you practice increases your opportunities. Every healthy habit improves your energy. No one can take these investments away from you. Imagine losing your job tomorrow. It would be difficult, but if you've invested in your knowledge, character, communication, and adaptability, you carry those assets wherever you go. That's real security. Many people spend thousands on things that lose value over time, but hesitate to spend time improving themselves. Change that mindset. Spend more time building your abilities than comparing your life with others on social media. The strongest version of you isn't created by expensive possessions. It's created by daily learning, honest reflection, meaningful relationships, and disciplined action. Every day, ask yourself one simple question. Am I becoming someone my future will thank me for? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, today is the perfect day to begin again. The best project you'll ever work on is yourself. 18. Final message: become someone the future cannot ignore. As we come to the end of this journey, remember one important truth. The future is not waiting for perfect people. It is waiting for prepared people. No one knows exactly what the world will look like 10 years from now. New technologies will appear. New careers will be created, some jobs will disappear, and others will emerge that don't even exist today. But one thing will never change. People who keep learning, adapting, creating, and serving others will always find opportunities. Don't measure your progress by comparing yourself with someone else's highlight reel. Measure it by asking, am I better than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, you're moving in the right direction. Your age doesn't define your future. Your background doesn't define your future. Your past mistakes don't define your future. Your daily choices do. So walk away from this video with a new promise to yourself. Learn one new thing. Practice one valuable skill. Help one person. Take one courageous step. These simple actions, repeated consistently, can completely transform your life. The future doesn't belong to the loudest voices or the luckiest people. It belongs to those who never stop growing. Become that person. Become someone the future cannot ignore. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I hope this message reminded you that your future is not decided by luck, but by the skills, habits, and choices you build every single day. No matter where you are today, you have the power to grow, adapt, and create a better tomorrow. Start with one small step today, and let that step become your new direction. If this video inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to Next Level Motivation, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video that helps you become your best self. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and never stop believing in your potential.